Free State. I would like to bring up our next storyteller, who is Molly Boren. I would like Molly to come up here. Hi. Welcome.
Hello. So, a minor panic attack in New York City, an early morning car ride in San Francisco, led me to 7 years as a professional organizer in homes and offices in Chicago, which led me to move my business here to Ann Arbor in the spring of last year. Now, my job in New York was great, but it was one of those jobs where most of the tasks seemed kind of pointless, and there were a lot of them, and you could never do all of them. There's always something more you could be doing. And with my mild case of perfectionism, I wanted to do all of them. So I had to put a lot of them on lists, lots of lists. I had a spiral-bound notebook of lists, and I had a legal pad with lists, and I had a stack of paper under those pads, which is like a list but vertical. And I had a pile of magazines behind me and a stack of holder of files over there. And we didn't even talk about my email inbox. So one night I was working late in my office, and I started to breathe really heavily and fast. And I thought, well, if I do the next thing on my spiral-bound notebook list, maybe there's an email that I'm really supposed to be replying to right now, and it's very important that I do that. Or what if one of these articles in the magazines is more important, and maybe I should be doing that? And then this was a familiar feeling in my mind of racing thoughts, and I then suddenly turned a corner in my mind and had another thought that I hadn't had before, which is simplify. Why so many lists? How about one list? It's the big picture, and I don't have to think about the other lists because they won't be gone. They'll be gone. And half of my job, which was already big, was the worry about those lists, and that would be gone. And I felt this huge sense of relief, like this full body flush of relief. And it was sort of like going over a roller coaster with the adrenaline. It felt great. And I could get on with my work. So this was in 2004, and a couple of months later, I visited my friend Karen in San Francisco. And she was a busy graduate student and had just, like a year before, moved into her first grown-up apartment on her own. But she still had things in boxes, and she just had this flurry of ideas in her mind about what she wanted to do with her new home and her school and just so many things. And I saw that she needed some of this relief that I had had in my office that night. And I said, Karen, wait, let's sit down. Let's talk about these ideas. Let's just have a brain dump of your ideas. And we did that, and then we narrowed it down to the doable ones that would make the most impact on her life and would make her the happiest. And we were so hopped up on this energy and momentum that we did the list. We did them on my vacation. And we unpacked the boxes, we donated and recycled the things she didn't need anymore. We hung the pot rack, we put the toiletries in these great little bins, all organized. And she kept turning to me and saying, Molly, are you sure you want to do this on your vacation? And I said, yes, this is wonderful. It's tangible work. These are not emails that are talking about some theoretical deals or voicemails that are not going to be returned. This is a home. This is building a life. And the next morning, as she drove me to the airport to go back to New York, she said, people do this for a living. I think it's called professional organizing. And I said, I will look into that. Thank you.